Hey gang, Seeley Clark here. Just heading out, gonna do some adulting today in the good old state of Maine, central Maine. For those of you that aren't 5 miles away watching this on whatever social media feed it ends up on. It's a beautiful day out today. You know, it snowed not too long ago, but it's fine. Everything's plowed. I live in a little spot tucked up in the woods. Not super woody. That sounded dirty. But not super woodsy. But there's a bunch of turkeys that hang out in the field. I want to see if I can see them, get all excited. Spin the camera around. And no, I was just thinking Christmas had just passed, of course. Everybody had some downtime. I want to talk about, there's a big thing going around about bed rotting, a cure for bed rotting now. I'm not sure, I didn't look into it too much, but the basic premise is being in bed too much is bad for you. The human body's meant to be upright, moving, and, work really hard for a short amount of time, or work long for a long amount of time. Okay, cool. But one thing I found, doing a lot of work online, sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you have to go out and do some adulting like is going on today, and sometimes you need a break. And one thing I was thinking, I had some downtime not too long ago, and I didn't set my alarm. And what I mean by this, hang on, get out here. What I mean by this is, usually you're up, your alarms are running your life, you have schedules to keep, of course, a life to live, kids to cart places, people to meet, business to do, all that happy. Well, once in a while, not just towards, Christmas and New Year's, maybe twice out of the year, once in the spring, once in the summer, it's good to try and take at least one day a week, which I did, for example, not too long ago, and went to bed and didn't set an alarm. I got up when I got up, and just let your body set its rhythm, do, putter around the house, do whatever you're going to do. And what I find happens in my business outside of, me puttering around the house is, as you're puttering around the house and doing whatever you're doing, or in the garage, or whatever your thing is it stuff will occur to you that you need to do, forgot to do, or whatever, and that's fine. Don't let that stress you out. Pick up your iPhone or whatever, throw it in the Gmail draft, and go back about your business. What you find is when the pressure's off, stuff kind of bubbles up, and it's amazing the amount of oh yes that you can have. And it's really handy because you're unplugged. You're not sitting at your computer or at your phone, and that's one thing I'm super grateful for is, I'm going to do laundry right now, rock star lifestyle and everything of that nature. I don't know, I'm going to the gym, yeah. So it's Sunday, the traditional day of rest, if you believe that, but there's always things to do. But one thing I feel fortunate for is what I do online, what I do on the computer to earn my daily bread, is pretty much automated. Meaning, yes, I have some times where I'm putting out some blog posts and content like this and whatnot, but for the most part, I have stuff scheduled out that's going to go out while I'm out here doing laundry, while I'm at the gym, but making sure I take care of my health, which is not the point. The point is automation's great, and what that means, back to my point, is you can have a day of rest. It doesn't have to be multitasking and stress all the time. If you have something that's automated, you set it and forget it. It's a wonderful thing. I found a system that I wish I'd found, 15 years ago when I started doing this stuff. Because I cut it loose the other day when I had my day of rest, which apparently is not popular. They say bed rotting. Of course, as a nurse, we tell patients to get up get moving after surgery because we don't want them to have blood clots and stuff like that, pulmonary embolisms. But excuse me, you got to take some downtime for yourself, and it's easy to do when what you're doing to earn your daily bread or what you're working on for your side gig is automated. And that's twofold. Like today, for me, is not a bed rotting day. It's not a day of rest, whatever you want to call it. I have to go out and do some adulting. Well, the coolest part is I'm cruising around talking to you folks. I'm headed towards the laundry right now because the place I live at don't have a dang laundry facility. That was a bit of an oversight. But I'm going to do laundry, going to the gym, and all this stuff set up and running at the background. And I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to stress. And that's a beautiful thing. So just think about it. Make sure you do balance. I know we have to all do adulting and whatnot, and have errands to run on the weekend and all that stuff, but try and take a day, a half a day, and just chill. Have a cup of tea, read a book or whatever. And especially us marketers, us side giggers, everybody that has a business, they're independent business owners, and all over social media. Sometimes that takes up a lot of time, and it sucks. Stuck behind a computer, seated. I'd be more worried about chair rot at this point, because the human body wasn't meant to sit folded up in a dang office chair or whatever. So that's the best part, is you can go get your rest, go take a walk, have your tea, read a book, walk around, putter around the house, get the heck out of a chair, and off your worry machine, as I call it sometimes, which would be the computer. And then, everything's automated, and you can live your life, whether it's chilling at home for your day of rest, or it's running around like I am today doing some adulting. So anyway, I just wanted to reach out on this, it's Sunday when I'm filming this, on this day of rest, and just talk about balance, and talk about, how grateful I am for everything in my life, to be quite honest. My friends, my family, my faith, all of it. I couldn't be happier, and one important part of that is finally finding something that I can work on online that has a balance and lets me still be a good person, and I don't have to be sitting there all the time. So, well, anyway, thanks for stopping in today. If you want to see something automated, that you don't have to babysit, the link will be somewhere around here, because I'm always looking to share that good kind of stuff with folks, because it really is a no-brainer. It really is automated, and it's a beautiful thing when you have one less thing to worry about in life. All right, that's all I got for now. I made it through 2 traffic rotaries while talking to you. So life is good. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I got a nice straight stretch here, so I'm going to sign off. And until I see you again, remember, be yourself, help others, and never quit.